Go.
Hello, Buccaneers. We are at Boise, Idaho, and our first stop is the World Center for Birds of Prey.
Now we're at.
Now we are at the World Center of. Now we are at the World Center for. Now we are at the World Center for Birds of Prey.
And go.
Now we're at the World Center for Birds of Prey. Our first stop is the World Center for Birds of Prey.
Where at?
We are at the World Center for Birds of Prey. Now we're
1,000 peregrine falcon chicks and put them out into the wild again.
And
And now they're no longer endangered. And so the skills and techniques we use to save those birds, we've been using all around the world.
Wow, you guys are busy.
Yeah, so what you see here is just a really small part of what we actually do, which is mostly around the world. So we have projects right now.
They're hanging on with their toenails. Showing off.
Yeah, here, like,
Show
I'll
off.
give you something to look
Look
at.
how I can jump from rock to rock.
He's
I still
working
like
his
the
way
eagle.
back.
You see the bird here? Yeah, it's like somebody at night tapping on your bedroom window.
That would be scary.
It would be a little scary. This is, they were completely wiped out by us with our practices of farming and ranching to destroy habitat. The last one, excuse me, smoke in the air and it's, the last one, federal governments and farmers and ranchers to allow area to be rehabilitated for their habitat.
The Peregrine runs the World Center for Birds of Prey in Boise, Idaho. My name is Tom Cade, and I founded the Peregrine Fund at Cornell University in 1970.
Coincidentally, the World Center for Birds of Prey is the headquarters of the Peregrine Fund, a conservation organization that's worked on behalf of more than 100 birds of prey species around the world. In addition,
Plant and bring it in.
Okay. This is Ollie. Oliver, we call him Ollie. Ollie is called a Verreaux's owl. Possibly you haven't heard of them. That's probably because they don't live here in the United States. They live in Africa, fairly common in Africa. And it is the largest owl in Africa. It's not the largest owl in the world, but fairly common in that part of the world. Now, Ollie is just a baby. He was just born in February. So he's a youngster. Very curious. You can probably figure that out already. Yeah, he's very curious about everything going on. All that head bobbing is the way an owl focuses their eyes and determines how far away an object is. It's like I see you. Now I want to figure out how far away you are. So imagine how handy that is if it's a prey item, like a rat or something like that. Not only do I want to see it, but I want to know how far away it is. I'm sure that in looking at his eyes, it's no. Okay.
Is he behaving?
Yeah, he's checking everything out.
Such a doofus.
Yeah. He doesn't miss much. Now, not only is their eyesight wonderful, their hearing is very acute too. Excellent hearing. Sense of smell, not developed. I don't know why he wants to turn around. We're getting full, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Here's one chair here, here's one in the back, here's two, there's
Here, there's one here.
about 4 feet. subject of hearing, here's something I find just really quite odd. The placement of their ears. Their two ears. It causes the sound to hit one ear a fraction of a second different from the other ear. And it creates what I think of as 3D hearing. In other words, they not only hear the rat and the grass off in that direction, they know how far it is. And imagine, you know, I think you already know that they're...
Yeah, okay, tell me more.
Let's talk about babies, raising babies, and so forth. We refer to a group of eggs, or we get to infant mortality. Who do you suppose has the best chance of survival? Number one and number two, right? It's unusual. And they produce a clutch of 4. The hawk produces the first egg, doesn't start incubation. 2 days later, the second egg, still no incubation, third egg. She does not start incubation till the final egg is laid. That means the first egg lays there for a full week. Actually going to do the incubation during the cold hours of the day, because she can do that better than him. Going on as to why the girls are bigger than the boys. Okay, questions, comments? Yes?
Did you explain the bobbing? Is that a...
Yeah, you might not have been here yet. That's okay too much. So birds don't weigh very much. Yes?
The feathers underneath, are those adult feathers or still young feathers?
These down here? Juvenile plumage serves a very important function in their lives. Remember, they are very territorial. They do not tolerate other birds of prey in their area. And that doesn't apply just to owls, birds of prey in general. Once again, their dinner tries to get away from them. I'm going to stake out this area, and I want it for me. You go get your own area. It's not like a songbird. Okay. And
The cups or
how do we get him?
yeah, so does he wear these,
He has anklets.
anklets?
He has anklets. If you look close, you can see grommets through the anklets and a strap going through the grommets. The straps are called jesses. He is very, very tame. When I went to relate it to dogs, if you know anything about dogs, you know that little breeds of dogs tend to live longer than big breeds. Birds of prey is just the other way around. The bigger the bird, the longer they tend to live. Take a California condor, 60 years, not unusual. Here, I don't know, 20, 25. Yeah. Just me. Now, when they eat, everything goes down. Fur, feathers, bones, beaks, whatever's involved. It all goes down. They digest. How often, she says, how often do we have to trim their talons? That's called coping. They have to have their talons coped and their beaks here because they're not living in the wild, not wearing them. Do you know how often they cope? It's not very. He's very.
Don't do that with Lucy. The turkey vulture out there, it hurts.
But see, he's very. Okay.
I have one question. Does this arm like...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're done. But we'll never be done.
Harpy eagle. Go put your...
All this information.
Lorelai has this week.
rolls in a circle. That fell off the cliff. Try the other one. Can the other one roll it up, or is it impossible? No, I just haven't. I want to know. I just haven't. No. Let me see.
I think McKenna broke it when she took it.
You can.
Like a backpack.
No, like a.
No, it's behind you, like a backpack. Oh. Nice to shine wings and fly. Hello? Can this still fly now? Like back there? Turn around, flap your wings.
It's kind of floppy. No, it's scary. I want someone to go with me. Go to a few. Hey, where's Nana? Where's Noah?
You can go back and
Noli, where are you?